Hello and welcome back to Man v Film. It's time for an update from Arrow regarding their May 2026 announcements. We have had a quick look at them, quick sneak peek. We've got 3 UK titles, we've got 3 US and Canadian titles. We've got coffee and a curious disposition. So let's dive in and have a look at these titles. So first up here is one of the USA releases. So we're going to go through the 3 of them first. We have the Blue Thunder. He's out there flying the most lethal weapon ever made. In 1983, John Badham followed up his smash hit Saturday Night Fever with Blue Thunder, an adrenaline-packed fusion of techno-thriller grit and blockbuster spectacle. This tale of airborne surveillance and institutional overreach became a defining genre snapshot of Reagan-era anxiety, shot through the Hollywood muscle and president distrust of unchecked technology. Roy Snyder stars as Frank Murphy, a veteran LAPD helicopter pilot picked to test fly Blue Thunder, an experimental attack chopper bristling with unprecedented surveillance capabilities. When Murphy uncovers a covert plot to weaponize the aircraft for domestic policing, he takes to the skies in open rebellion, hunted through the city by his own unit and shadowy government architects. Murphy's final patrol becomes a white-knuckle fight for justice and survival. Got a 4K restoration from the original negative. It is HDR10 compatible, but the 2.0 stereo audio and the 5.1 DTS remix. We have English subtitles for the deaf and hard of hearing. We've got an archival commentary. We have Flight Risk, a brand new interview with John Badham, a roller coaster ride, new interview with actor Candy Clark, Catching Up, a brand new interview with Malcolm McDowell, Ride with the Angels, Making Blue Thunder, an archive 3-part documentary for 2006. The special Building Blue Thunder, an archival featurette from 2006. We have a 1983 promotional featurette, extended scene, theatrical trailer, image gallery, reversible sleeve, and a collector's booklet. For me, Blue Thunder was one of those movies I always confused with, was it Airwolf? When I think back, I can never really split the two. So it's something that I can't say it's something I'm really looking forward to or something I'm not. It's just something that's there in my childhood memories, which I can't really pinpoint. So I'm hoping you guys can point me in is this a good release, not a good release? Next, we have Robin Hood, Prince of Thieves, which recently or has had a UK release. Sometimes the only way to uphold justice is to break the law. Robin of Locksley returns from the Crusades to find his father dead and vows revenge. With his Moorish companion Azim, he joins a band of pleasant rebels to do battle against the wicked Sheriff of Nottingham and win the hand of the fair maid Marian, cousin of the absent King of England. This grand, swashbuckling adventure in the classic tradition is brought to life by an all-star supporting cast, including Christian Slater, Brian Blessed, and a memorable cameo from Sean Connery. Not to mention a chart-topping Bryan Adams theme song. So you've got the theatrical and extended cuts from the original negatives by Arrow Films, Blu-ray presentation of both cuts in HDR10, 5.1 surround sound, English subtitles for the deaf and hard of hearing, audio commentary with Kevin Reynolds and Kevin Costner, commentary with Freeman, Slater, and the writer and producers. Here We Are Kings, the making of Robin Hood, a multi-part documentary. Robin Hood, the Myth, the Man, the Movie, an archival 1991 documentary hosted by Pierce Brosnan. One-on-one with the cast, and archival 1991 interviews. Bryan Adams, Everything I Do For You, performance at Slane Castle, Ireland. Music, soundtrack cues, theatrical trailer, TV spots, image gallery, reversible sleeve, collector's booklet, double-sided folded poster, which is it 2 double-sided folded posters? or is that just the artwork on both sides? 6 art cards. Either way, Robin Hood's one of those movies I saw a hell of a lot when I was younger, and I feel like I've watched it enough in my life, not to say it's bad. Next up, we have Sonny Chiba in G.I. Samurai. G.I. Samurai sees action superstar Sonny Chiba heading the cast in a rip-roaring time-slip action blockbuster in which guns, tanks, and helicopters come up against katana-wielding warriors on horseback. Seems a bit lopsided of a battle, and I can kind of pinpoint who I think would win that just from that synopsis. During a routine military exercise, modern-day soldiers, led by Second Lieutenant Iba, find themselves transported back in time 400 years to war-torn feudal Japan. Facing attack by samurai warriors from rival clans, frictions rapidly emerge amongst these modern-day soldiers. Whisked from a time of peace, freed from their strictures of higher authority, and stranded in one of the bloodiest and most decisive periods in Japan's history. Based on a novel by Rua Hanamura and directed by Koze Sato, G.I. Samurai's epic battle scenes wowed the Japanese audiences upon its release in 1979. We've got a high-def Blu-ray of 1080p presentation, original lossless Japanese mono and 4.0 stereo sound, and a remixed 5.1 stereo surround sound. Optional newly translated English subtitles, 2 optional viewing modes via seamless branching, the original Japanese version or the uncut English language version titled Timeslip with lossless English mono audio. Brand new audio commentary with Sam Dean and Tom Mess. The Good Fight, an introduction by Japanese film specialist Mark Schilling. Acting in self-defense, an appreciation by Matt Alt, author of Pure Invention, How Japan's Pop Culture Conquered the World. Back in Time, a discussion of the film by authors and critics Masakai Nomura and Tetsuo Matsuo. Cast and crew interviews from 2005, theatrical trailers, image gallery, reversible sleeve, and collector's booklet. I would love to see that. It's my kind of thing. It's got me curious. I would like to see it at some point. So that's the 3 US and Canadian releases. Now on to the 3 UK releases. First up, we have Mona Lisa, limited edition 4K UHD. 5 years after The Long Good Friday, Bob Hoskins returned to the gangster genre, but his character George is a mere underling this time, a chauffeur hired by a mesmerising, slimy gangland kingpin to transport a high-class prostitute from client to client. When she enlists his help in tracking down an old friend, George finds himself exploring a hellish underworld that he never imagined existed. Yeah. Hoskins' immensely complex and subtle and moving performance hoovered up almost every Best Actor award going and remains one of his greatest roles. A man sucked by circumstances into a life of crime but still righteous enough to seize the opportunity to do good when it presents itself. A brand new 4K restoration from the original camera negative by Arrow Films and approved by the director. We have a HDR10 compatible, we've newly restored original lossless English mono audio, English subtitles for the deaf and hard of hearing. We have a commentary with Hoskins and Jordan, interviews with the director, writer, producer, original trailer, reversible sleeve and collector's booklet. I saw this movie years ago. Really loved it, and yeah, that's not really much more to say about it, to be honest. Nightbreed, I utterly love, and I had the previous Blu-ray limited edition. I'm not sure I really need to upgrade it as yet, although those special effects are pretty fantastic. By night, Aaron Boone dreams of Midian, a hidden subterranean world where monsters have created a haven from humanity. Under pressure from his girlfriend Laurie, he attends psychotherapy sessions, unaware that his shrink, Dr. Decker, is setting him up to take the fall for a series of violent murders. Convinced he no longer belongs in the human world, Boone goes in search of Midian, not realising that the real killer has plans for both him and the colourful cast of outsiders who call it home. The victim of studio interference and unrepresentative marketing campaign, Nightbreed was poorly received by the critics on its initial release and failed to ignite the box office, but has since undergone a radical reappraisal. Arrow Films is proud to present two versions of the films in this depraved cult classic: the studio-approved theatrical cut and the reconstructed, reinvigorated director's cut for the ultimate nightmarish viewing experience. So is that the Cabal cut, or is this just an expanded director's cut? This 2-disc 4K Ultra HD Blu-ray limited edition, 4K restorations of both the theatrical and the director's cut, HDR10 compatible in both cuts, 2.0 stereo and 5.1 audio for both cuts, English subtitles, subtitles for the deaf and hard of hearing, reversible sleeve, perfectly bound collector's booklet, double-sided poster. Oh, I'm not going to go through all those extras. There's an absolute bunch. Let's go to the director's cut just to see, is there anything about this being? Nothing. I need more information on the director's cut. Is it the long hoped for Cabal cut, or is it just an extended director's cut? Let me know, because it could sway me on picking this up. And then they said it couldn't happen, but they've managed to find a way to do it. The Dollars Trilogy in box set form. Would have been nice if they gave people the option to get this last year. There was a whole hubbub about people not getting the good, the bad, the ugly on 4K when they bought the other two versions. It would have been nice for people just to have the option, but Arrow, being Arrow, are going to beat this horse until it's thoroughly dead. So we have the Dollars Trilogy limited edition 4K UHD. Which, if you missed out on the limited editions, I did expect them to be reissued anyway. So putting a box set makes sense. You're missing some of the books and material from the limited editions. The wonderful art, the way the three click together, it's kind of there on the side, but it's not as cool as it was in the three different boxes. So we have, we've got a little synopsis for each of the films, which I'm not going to go through. The extras I won't go through. It is similar to what was released previously. Amazing films. Like, I think is an absolute bargain of a price. £60 is great, considering if you bought all three separately, it was £95. You're saving a hell of a lot. And to be honest, it should be in everybody's collection. It is one of the best spaghetti western films. Or like, each one gets progressively better within the series, and they are all just amazing. Can't really rate them highly enough. If we look at May's new releases, you'll see that if you're a Blu-ray fan, you're getting nothing in the UK this month. Absolutely nothing. There is 4Ks of Mona Lisa, of the Dollars Trilogy, of Nightbreed. In the US, Canada, you can get Robin Hood in 4K, Blue Thunder in 4K, or GI Samurai on Blu-ray, which is, and to be honest, if I look at these titles and I think, what's the one that I'm really, look, from all of those, GI Samurai, I want to see, because I have the other ones in a form one way or another. I'm curious about Nightbreed on 4K. I think it's, it's the two cuts. If it's nothing new, I'll probably just wait. It could be a month where you get a little break, a little time off. They've had some good months, and I'm happy just to bide my time on some of these. I'd love to know if there's anything here that jumps out at you. What do you think is the best announcement of the month? Is there something you're not interested in? Is there something you're taking off? Just let me know in the comment box below. As always, there is more content up here. You can see more of my stuff in the description box below, or links to Patreon, membership program, and manvyfilm.com. Always in which you can support me. Thanks for watching. We'll see you next time.